Hello, everybody. Okay, look, I have an update. It's been about a little over 2 hours now, so I'm going to play this so you guys can find out exactly what's going on with the update. There's a third child who has passed on. I'm going to show you guys their pictures, the ones that passed. Give me a second. So this is breaking news, first of all. Let's see. These are the little girls that have passed on. Like I said, from age 6 to 12 years old. Okay. So let me go ahead and play this video for you guys. It's going to be audio only. I try to keep myself from getting any copyrights. Hold on. Trigger warning included. Okay. So there we go. Like I said, these are the 3 little girls that have passed on. They're going to tell you the ages in a second. Listen to their ages. Like I said, between 6 and 12 years old.
It just strikes every parent watching this. That could be your child. I certainly got home last night. Gave my little girl a bit of a squeeze. No, she's a Taylor Swift fan. This is just ordinary, beautiful children going about their everyday business on a summer camp. Look at that picture there. Her parents said, "Fly high, our little star," to Alice. They called her their princess, and they called her killer. Is at Alderhay Children's Hospital in Liverpool. Well, welcome to the show. So now confirmed 3 children dead, girls aged 9, 6 and 7. 5 still remain critical.
9, 6, 11. These little girls right here are 9, 6, and 11. You could probably look at them and know which one's which. Okay, 9, 6, and 11. And I'm going to tell you guys which one is Alice. Alice is the one on your right on your screen. The little girl with the little pink bow in her hair. That's Alice. And then we got 9, 6, and 11. Okay, so I believe she's the 6. And then the one with the gold around her neck, that's going to be the 9. And then the 11-year-old is going to be the one in the middle. So the one on the left is going to be 9. The one in the middle is going to be the one that's going to be 11. Okay? So let me go ahead and play the rest of this video for you guys. And her name, by the way, is Alice. Oh, Allison.
That picture there, her parents said, "Fly high, our little star," to Alice. They called her their princess, and they called her killer a despicable human being. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Patrick. Let's move on now across live to GB News reporter Will Hollis, who is at Alderhay Children's Hospital in Liverpool. Will, welcome to the show. So now confirmed 3 children dead, girls aged 9, 6 and 7.
7.
5 still remain critical. What more?
Sorry, not 11, 7.
Yes, well, Alderhay specifically treats children. We know that this is a very busy hospital, even busier yesterday when that major incident was declared. Where we are is about 40 minutes drive from Southport, south into the Liverpool city. But we know that it wasn't just a substantial response from Northwest Ambulance Service to what happened yesterday. It was also a number of helicopters, medical helicopters that were used to bring some of those children as well as to Alderhay, to other hospitals in the Liverpool and Manchester region, this part of the north of England. Now, we know that it was a substantial response from the ambulance service, but we've heard recently from, in a statement, the Great North Air Ambulance Service, who said that what happened yesterday was particularly difficult, and they're used to responding to all sorts of terrible things, the worst injuries that you can imagine. But they
9, 6, 7, you guys. Here we go. Let me show you the picture real quick, and then we'll go back to the audio. 9, 6, and 7. All right. I'm going to start the video back up.
Described it as particularly difficult, and we know from what we heard yesterday in that press conference with the police, Merseyside Police Chief Serena Kennedy, she said that when the man armed with a knife went in and started to attack people, it wasn't just adults but many children as well that were hurt, and there are still at least 5 children that are in a critical condition, as well as two adults that were described as bravely fighting off the attacker. Now, we haven't had a confirmation from the trust that runs Alder Hey whether any of those 5 critical children are being treated in this hospital specifically because of the protections around identity and as the story progresses.
So another child just passed right here. 9, 6, and 7. So the third one has passed on. The one that was in critical condition is now passed on. The angels are in heaven now.
Just the way that it has to go, keeping the information as sealed as tightly as possible. But we are waiting for a confirmation in the statement from the trust that runs Alder Hey as to exactly what is happening and what the condition of those remaining children is right now. We've heard from the Home Secretary who visited Hart Street where this horrific attack happened, who today said that it is unimaginable what has happened. And we know from what Sophie Reaper, our Northwest reporter, was just interviewing about that the community is reeling, the community is in pain. There is
the next audio I'm going to let you guys listen to is going to be one who witnessed and was eye to eye with the guy who was doing the stabbing.
Such a big response of heartfelt condolences from the community there and the wider public, as well as the most senior people in Britain, the Prime Minister, the King, as well as Taylor Swift, whose music was inspiring that dance party. But here inside of this hospital and other hospitals, we know that there is still a fight for life with people in critical conditions after that knife attack, where a 17-year-old man has been arrested by Merseyside police on suspicion of murder and attempted murder, and they are still trying to figure out what the motive is as they question that person. But they say, and they were very clear about this pretty much from the start, that they do not think that this is terror related.
Hollis, and we've got some breaking news here. Just in, the 3 girls killed in that stabbing in Southport have just been named by Merseyside police as 6-year-old BB King, 7-year-old Elsie Dot Stankham, and Alice Argyar, aged 9. So those 3 killed children have just been named by Merseyside police. To repeat their names: 6-year-old BB King, 7-year-old Elsie Dot Stankham, and 9-year-old Alice Argyar. The words no parent wants to ever hear. Thank you, Wallace. Oh, God. Right, coming up, we'll get all the latest as
All right, you guys. So I'm getting ready to let you guys hear the guy that actually went eye to eye with this guy. Okay. And I'm going to drop myself down real quick so you can see exactly who he is. He's going to be the guy that's on here. Of course, there's only one guy, myself, and the little girls. Okay. So that's the guy that went eye to eye with the guy who unalived these 3 little girls. Here we go.
We're driving down Hart Street, and then all of a sudden he slammed on the middle of the road and said, "Have you seen that?" I said, "No." He reversed the van back, and then all I see from my side was literally half a head from a girl hanging from the side of a car. So I jump out the car and I go up to her and I just ask her if she's all right, and she just looked in complete shock. She had blood all over her body, and she just screamed at me. She said, "He's been killing kids over there. He's killing kids over there." I just looked at Martin and we were just in complete shock. We just didn't know what to think, didn't know what to do. But looking at this woman, she looked in a really bad way, and I just knew it was a really bad situation. So me and Martin start walking towards the place where she's pointed at.
And how far is she from the place where she's pointing at?
She's at the top of the road leaning against the car. There was more people down the road, but at this stage, at the time, we were so focused on this girl, we didn't see there was more people down there. We're just hearing this girl screaming to us that this guy's stabbing kids at this location. So
I don't know.
We start walking down, we start running towards this place where she's pointing, and she gets up. It's like she used all of her energy.
They're saying it was a, that mental health issue that he's going through, because he was only 5 miles from this place, right, where he did all this unaliving and hurting people that are in still critical condition. So now it went from 2 people to 3 people that's passed on. So they're saying it's a mental health issue. All right, let me go ahead and keep going with the video, the audio.
To point to us where this was happening, and then she completely collapses onto the floor, in which case we go up to make sure she's all right. She was also on the phone to the police at the same time, which is when I've took the phone off her and I'm on the phone to the police. Martin's making sure she's all right. I start running towards this direction, which is obviously where this is happening, where these kids are in the dance studio. And I'm running, I get to the car park, and as I'm running towards the door, there's a car, which is a woman's in the car, and she's beeping her horn and she's screaming for me to come over. So I run straight over to the car, and it's just a middle-aged woman, and she's got, I presume, one of her child in the passenger seat, and then in the back there's like 4 or 5 more kids, all in the back, covered in blood. It was like a scene of what you'd see on like a disaster film, honestly. And she just looked at me, the woman, and she said, "Honestly, love, I just want to make sure these kids are safe. I'm just going to park on the road. Please, can you get this girl out?" So I open, you've got the driver's side. On the driver's side, behind the driver's seat, I open the door, and honestly, like, there's this girl, which will probably stay with me for the rest of my life, and she was completely out of it. I can't explain to you how horrific it is what I saw, but in the moment, I didn't even know what to do. I didn't know what to think. I just wanted to get her out of the car and try and get her to safety. So I've just got this girl out of the car, and I've ran towards the road, and I've just been, because we're there at the start, you see, so there's only a few members of the public, and the main thing in that specific moment was like, there's still more, like, this is actually happening, and there's people inside there, because that's where they've come from. So I just initially wanted to get her out of the car and try and get her to safety, like, but I didn't know where I was safe, if that makes sense. So I take her to the road, and I'm shouting and I'm screaming for help. Someone ring the ambulance. Everyone was trying to do the best job. No one expected that was in the moment. All you want is just like a professional to be there to like kind of know what to do. So, I go to the front, I take her out the car park, I run to the front, I'm shouting all this, and we put her down, me and Marty, like, but I didn't know where I was safe, if that makes sense. So I take her to the road, and I'm shouting and I'm screaming for help. Someone ring the ambulance. Everyone was trying to do the best job. No one expected that would happen. But in the moment, all you want is just like a professional to be there to like kind of know what to do. So, I go to the front, I take her out the car park, I run to the front, I'm shouting all this, and we put her down. Me and Martin put her down. Then Martin stays with this girl then. Okay, and there's more people which are coming at this stage. There's more people coming to help. Everyone's gathering around. Everyone's doing what they can do. And then I run back in. I run back into the car park, and I basically run towards the door.
This is so sad.
Which is the entrance and the exit out to the dance.
This is so sad that he has to see this because of this 17-year-old losing it. I'm just gonna say, this is really sad, y'all.
Studio, and you get there, and it's like the building's like an L shape, and you've got the gym where I used to go to upstairs, and there was 2 men in this bit here, and I don't know who's who. I don't know what's going on. So I'm looking at these men, and you just look. My thoughts, my opinion, allegedly. Completely shook up and frightened, and they're pointing to this dance studio, saying, "He's in there, mate. He's in there." So I open the door downstairs, and as you go in, there's just a stairway which goes up. There's a landing at the top, and then which goes through to, I presume, the dance studio. So just remember opening the door, and I was shouting hello, just see if anyone was there. And then I remember just taking a step on. I remember going onto the stairs and took a few steps onto the stairs. I'm still at the bottom of the stairs though, and I look up, and then there's just this guy there at the top of the stairs, just in a full tracksuit with his hood up, with a knife, and it's like he maybe didn't realise that I was going to be in there, but we've looked at each other, then he's scurried off to the side.
And you locked eyes with this man. You looked at him.
I looked at this guy, yeah.
At that point, what are you thinking?
thinking things which I'm not allowed to be saying on Sky News right now, but I'm just at the same time, I'm really scared as well. Do you know what I mean? Because all I saw was a knife. All I thought was there was more people in there which were damaged, which were hurting people. So I'm there by myself at the bottom of the stairs. I didn't know, honestly, I just wanted to hurt him.
Are you seriously that slow? Sorry, Auntie, you knew. But it just angers me. You got to be kidding me. Please pray for us here in Southport. Will do. I definitely have been praying since this started, since I heard about it.
So bad, but at the same time, I was scared for myself, and I was just wanted to be up there to help anyone who was up there. So I've come, he's scurried off. I've come outside, and then I've been screaming then because I know where he is. I'm trying to get everyone to come to the door. We were there for a good 10 minutes before any police arrived, and just the moment we turned up to the point where I've smashed the door, was a good 8 to 10 minutes, which felt like a lifetime, if that makes sense. And then we've ran. I'm completely hectic now because I've seen the guy and I know he's up there. And I'm just screaming, where's the police, where's the police? The one police car finally turns up and I'm screaming, he's down there. He just gets out where I am and then he runs with me to the door. We run straight to the door and then we get to the doorway and then he said, we're going to wait for backup, going to wait for someone else to come there because he only had a baton on him. And then his colleague came with a taser. And then he comes in front. So these two police officers go up the stairs. Then I'm right behind them. They tackle this guy down to the floor. Straight away, there was no kind of fight at all.
I'm going to show you guys who the person is talking right now. He's a witness to this. He's seen the guy. He was eye to eye with this guy. Okay, I'm going to show you the picture of him. I'm going to take myself down real quick. So those 3 little girls have passed on from a 17-year-old who unalived them. They don't have a picture of the 17-year-old. They just have a picture of this guy. I was watching this video, and he was the one that witnessed the guy with the knife, okay, with the weapon. All right, so let me go ahead and finish the audio. Excuse me.
They just tackle him down to the floor, and I've grabbed this girl and I'm walking down the stairs and I start running towards the ambulance as soon as I get outside and I'm sprinting towards.
And by the way, hi, Key, how are you? I don't know if I said hello. And hey, No Cap, how you doing? Thank you for coming through as well.
The ambulance, and I put her down, with the medic, and then straight away the medics running, the paramedics running. They were asking me to go to the ambulance, get these certain things like, for the drip and other things which can't even tell you the names for, but I was just trying to be there for her as much as possible since that guy, when the police came there and we ran and the suspect went down, it was kind of all done then, but the damage had been done. What you felt?
I understand that you're not out there because if this is what's going on over there, it's really bad here. So I know that if it's going on over there, it's triggering, it's drizzling over there. I don't even know how to explain it. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go.
Compelled to stay and continue to help.
So Martin stayed with the first girl who I pulled out of the car. And then I stayed with the second girl who I took from upstairs. I'm in a mess anyway because of what's just happened. And I'm just thinking, I hope she survives. There was parents coming up to me, like asking me to describing what their kids were wearing that day when they were going into the holiday club. And I just didn't know what to say. And they were asking, is she alive? Is she safe? And just didn't know what to say. And it was horrible. It was really disgusting to kind of be a part of it. But I'm happy that I was there at that time. I just really wish that it didn't happen for a start, or we could have done maybe something more to help.
What was it like as a parent watching other parents come and ask those questions about whether their own children were alive?
Well, this is what I mean. Obviously, just having my baby Ivani, like I'm a new dad, and that was one of the hardest things for me when I'm first off seeing these children in that position. These children weren't crying. They were absolutely terrified. If that makes sense. And then when these parents start turn up towards the end because they're there to pick their children up from a holiday from a Taylor Swift holiday club, and they're turning up and they're in absolutely hysterics. They're screaming, they're crying. They want to go into the building. They're not allowed to now because it's a crime scene. They're coming asking me for questions and wanting just no information. It's upsetting. It's heartbreaking. It made me feel disgusting. Really upset. But I'm still processing it in my head as well now because it only happened yesterday. I just feel completely shook up of what's gone on, to be fair. I'm just really upset for all the parents and all the children who had to go through that yesterday. And, just makes me want to be a part of some kind of first response unit who's there to help people in that situation straight away. Because when you're in that situation of you're needing someone there with some kind of physicality, some kind of weapon there to defuse the situation, you need them there instantly. I feel disgusted for the whole situation of what's actually happened. Everyone's being affected by this. It's not just a small thing. I think everyone's going to be affected by this. And the fact.
Why you bring a knife here? You hurt those little angels, mate. And just because of that, you are arrested. Sorry for my language, but this is how I feel, and now I'm upset too. Yeah, I got you.
That it's all children as well.
This guy,
the whole situation.
The guy that's talking on here was he was wanting to curse too. He wanted to let it out, but he couldn't because he's on live on the news, and he was trying not to do all that cursing. So he held back as well because he's very angry. You can see it in his face.
1,000 times worse in my eyes. They can't protect themselves at all.
You ran towards danger. Do you consider yourself? I know you probably wouldn't label yourself as such. But you consider yourself a hero. What you did is not.
I know. Honestly, so many people have messaged me saying that, and I'm not going to label myself a hero at all. But well, no buts. I'm not going to label myself a hero at all. I just done what I felt was right in the moment, and in the moment, I was seeing a mixture of red because I was so angry and just I need to help these people. So I just done what I felt I could do and just everything I could do. That was all I could do. And it's all happened now. And I think back to it and I think, what if because we were doing windows, what if I ran in and got the pole from the van, and what if I went and done all this? But in the heat of the moment, you can just do what you feel is right. And when I got to that point, when I was on the steps and I looked at him and I just thought, if I go up there, what's to say there's not another man there? Or what to say that he gets lucky and he gets me, then I've lost my life then. So that's what I'm questioning in my head now. Maybe if I ran up, things could have been differently. Do you know what I mean? But I'm happy that I've done what I've done. And I'm happy that I've at least managed to, save at least one life, or if not more.
Let me see. I know how he feels the same way. And if you was here, you would feel mad. You would be also mad. I would be mad too. I'm actually upset because this is ridiculous that this is going on. And these are little girls, from I said, age 6 to 12. That's it. Age 6 to 12. These little girls that have passed on are 6, 7, and 9. So 6, 7, and 9, those 3 little girls passed on. That's the sad part of it. At the beginning, I did mess up on the ages. I was just looking at they looked a little older. Some of them looked younger than the other, but the pictures that they have here, I was looking at the pictures. I wasn't really getting the ages yet. And then this audio actually lets me know that these ages are 6, 9, and 7. Sorry, 6, 7, and 9. I believe that's their ages. Let me make sure. It's sad, y'all. It's just really, really sad. Hold on, let me see the ages. Yes. So We have Alice. Okay, I'm going to show you guys who Alice is. Alice is going to be on your right. Okay, I'm going to bring this down and I'm going to show you. Actually, no, let me pull this one up. Alice is on the right. This is Alice, the one with the pink bow. Okay. And then we have the other one is going to be, let me see. Elise Dot is her name. Her name is Stancombe. I think that's how you say her name. Elise Dot Stancombe. She's the 7-year-old. And I'm thinking it would be the one in the middle. She looks like she could be 7. And then there's BB King, the youngest at 6. So this is the 6-year-old. That's why I thought she was the 6-year-old, but she's not. The 6-year-old is all the way on the left. That's the 6-year-old. Then you got the 7. I'm sorry. This is the 9-year-old with the pink bow. The 9-year-old is in the middle. And then we have the 7-year-old that's all the way to the left. Okay, so we're going to go back to the names again. We got Alice here, Alice Agar, 9 years old. This little girl right there with the pink bow. I'm just correcting this because earlier I said it wrong, so I'm just correcting it. And the one in the middle is going to be the 7-year-old. Her name is Elise Dot Sancombe. And then we have BB King, which is the 6-year-old right here in the yellow around her neck, her little collar, yellow collar. Okay. So let me make sure that is Alice. Yes, I got that one right. The 7-year-old is Elise. And the last one is yes, I was right. Definitely correct on here. So it shows that this is the 7-year-old over here in the yellow collar. And this is the 9-year-old right here in the pink bow. And then this is the 6-year-old, and her name is Elise. Okay. So Elise is the one in the middle. Alice is on the right. The one on the left is BB. Okay. So I just wanted to give you guys the right information. I don't want to give you the wrong information. They have passed on. God be with them and their families. And also with the ones that are critically injured, God be with their family as well. This is so much for me here. I thought I was having peace and quiet. Woke up and got to deal with this crap onto you. Shaking my head. Now I'm scared to go outside. I agree with you. It's sad. Okay, so that's our ages and the names of the little girls. They have passed on. They're all in heaven for what? They have no reason yet. They don't even know why he did it. They just know that he has something mental going on. It's sad. 17-year-old. He lives 5 miles away, drives up. Well, he doesn't drive up. He took a cab to this place and went and did all this. Went and stabbed all these people. This is horrible. This is horrible. And then you know what's crazy? Not only is it crazy what he did, he didn't even want to pay the cab driver when he brought him there. When the cab driver, I don't know if it's a he or a she, whoever was driving them in the cab, he would not pay them. And then he went in. He was like pacing back and forth. You can see it. There's a video out there with him pacing back and forth. And then he turned around and went in there, and he did what he did. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. My question is, where the socket did he come from, and where we're still waiting for answers. Yes, I'm waiting for answers. I will update you guys for any information that I get. Let me make sure there's no updates on him right now. So all they're saying is the police have detained him He's 17 years old, and the knife has been seized, after a number of multiple people injured in reporting stabbing. So they have the weapon. They have the weapon, y'all. They have the weapon. The 17-year-old suspect is still being interviewed by the cops, who have yet to offer possible motive, but say it's not currently being treated as a terrorist-related situation. Where did he get the knife from? Probably home, because like I said, and then it says they had at least 25 children from the ages of 6 to 11, not 12, I'm sorry, not 12 to 11, were in the event when brutally attacked unfolded. Wow. When the knife men reportedly pulling up in a taxi, witness said. So there was a witness who saw him coming out of the taxi. They didn't say that, it's not saying that they saw what he did, but they saw him coming out of the taxi. The attacker entered the Heart Space, where Taylor Swift themed dance workshop was taking place. Wow. This is crazy, y'all. Officers called to the scene were shocked to find the multiple people, many of whom were children, had been subject to a furious attack, vicious attack, and the serious injuries. Police Chief Constable Serena Kennedy said. Wow. The horror of yesterday's attack. This was yesterday, you guys. It was like in the daytime. This happened all in the daytime. Where this 17-year-old unalived 3 girls. Well, one of them was in critical condition, but passed on today about 3 hours ago, a little over 3 hours ago. Wow. He's a dummy, because why hurt those children? They could have lived their little precious lives until you pull up. Right. It's the sad thing about it, is that these are angels. These are little kids. They haven't even got a chance to do anything in life. Jesus. 6, 7, and 9. It is sad. Okay, you guys, I didn't want to make this a long live, because I want people to go and watch this and see what's going around the world. This is a whole nother country. This is not even the US, you guys. This is in England. This is sad. Thank you for coming, Heike. I appreciate it. And yes, keep an eye on your own back, okay? And keep your eye for others as well. Take care of yourself. I appreciate you guys coming in. Y'all have a great day. Or try to, at least, after this news.